Hello guys, Shaun Thomson here, welcome back to the episode 5 of our DAF 45 build. Yes, I know about my curtains, I'm sorry, I've broken a tie back, so that is it, tie back for now. Anyways, here we are in sunny Irvine, as some of you may know. Obviously I'm due away, and this is July 24th, you'll be seeing this in the future anyways. The child will probably be born by then. But, basically I've swapped jobs with my dad's curtain side boy, so that he can take my loader all over the country, and I just run about Irvine with pallets. Then that way if I get the phone call to come home, I can come home pretty quickly, because it'd be a bit shit if my missus went into labour and I was loading up diggers in London. Anyways, we're heading back to the yard. We're going to fix the chassis today and also do a bit of interior stuff, as the window has just been put back in. Alright, still has been delivered and we're on to fixing the floor pan now. I've still to cut that bit out. I just want to see how this goes first. That's not that bad, to be fair. It's only just really an elongated hole that the seat obviously goes through, and just with the seat being there, I'd rather it was strong, so I'm going to weld a washer on here and here. Bear in mind, I'm not a fabricator, I'm not a welder. I know there's probably people cringing, especially if Porter's watching this. But aye, steel has been arrived. I didn't have a pen, so I just put a block of wood on it. That was my measurement, and aye, so we're just going to cut this out now and then hopefully weld it in. I'm not gonna lie, I am not a fabricator. That was a very nice cut for me. Anyways, essentially, aye, pretty much how that's gonna go. But I've lied to you. It's gonna go there. Oh yes, oh yes indeed. I've actually changed my plan. I think I'm gonna put it here and bend that around there again. Rough as toast, I get that, but I just feel like it looks a lot better on the bottom once we do a bit of body. Oh. Shaun Thomson Transport. Bear in mind, what you're about to see here is not a professional welder. I'm all self-taught. I'm not very good with a welder, to be honest. I don't want to show you the welds that I did because they're not very good, but the metal was stuck, so it's all good. We've lost too much of today and it's just soaking, so I brought all these parts in, and what I'm going to try and do is recycle them. Getting second-hand parts for this DAF is impossible. People that are breaking them, these parts are normally broken. As you can see, it's all welded and riveted. Now I want to take all these rivets out, and I basically want to piece it together with fiberglass and see if I can make it look any better. Aye. Right, I need to take a minute. I'm bumming myself out here. This is my 4th day on a row doing this, and I can feel myself like I'm fixing panels and I'm rushing it and I'm doing bits here, bits there, bits there. I just need to slow down, make a list, and remember that it's July, we've got until October, and I still need to find a body. This should be the main priority right now at the Scott Truck Fest Scotland. Anyways, that being said, I'm going to sit down, make a list, and then calm down a bit and come back to it, because this has stuff that needs done too, which has not been done yet. I just need to prioritise a bit. Right, it's been a couple of days, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to say I've lost a bit of motivation when it comes to doing this project, which normally does happen with me. I'm not going to blame anything, it's just how I am. When I go here day after day and don't see progress, I just kind of get a bit fed up and a bit like, what's the point? But then it gets to a point where you start seeing progress, and then you're back into it and blah blah blah. Anyways, here we are so far. Obviously we just managed to get these off. I was working over the weekend there with a bit of WD-40, finally get them off. Honestly, it was at the gun. Breaker bars, using that as an extension, could not get them off. I snapped an extension, but anyways, finally off, which means I can do the suspension and all that jazz here, but as you can see I've done the rest of that. Still need to do the underside of the diff and drive shaft and all that, and pretty much just the underside of it all really, and give everything a kind of second coat. I can just see, obviously it's just been sitting over the weekend just where there's a wee bit of like yellow rust, so maybe not, the paint's not quite as good. Also going to replace these shocks, which is why they are not painted, because if you see here, there's a hole right there. I just feel like they're going to get replaced anyways. I need to sand that back down. It was obviously too heavy with the paint. And I pretty much get this side off, do that again. Coming over to the back, we have done the plates, and I've put a bit of fiberglass, a bit of body filler in here. And then my plan is, and I know it's probably going to be really rough, and you're all going to slag me, but at least I did it all by myself. I'm going to fiberglass here, just to give it a bit of strength, because that will crack. And I put the plate on the other side. So if I put a bit of fiberglass over there, just to kind of harden it up, and obviously that was just to kind of fill the gap. I don't know what I was doing there, to be completely honest, but it's done now, and there's nothing I can really do about it, so aye. Anyways, this is starting to all look nice and fresh, ready for the window coming back in. Obviously body filled it, gave it one coat of the white paint. Again, this bit isn't going to be seen, so it doesn't really matter if it's rough. Obviously I still need to sand that back and give it kind of a better coat, because the bead or the rubber band will come to about that white line there. Still got to flatten this off and smooth it out. Same with up here, just a couple of bits that needs smoothed out and painted. And then we'll put the windscreen back in, and then that way it's all nice and airtight. Because what I don't like now is there's a wee bit of rust forming on the top of the roof, because it's obviously wet, because it's not got a cab, which is pretty much there. So aye, that's where we are so far. We're just going to crack on, doing a bit of chassis prep so I can get the window back in, kind of just attacking the doors and stuff like that, and just just continuing the battle of rust, essentially. That's pretty much all we seem to be doing here, to be honest. Right, on the next plan of attack, I've been putting some of this new killer stuff in, just where I've taken stuff off for paint and all that. I still need to do one last coat of rust-proof painting. I'm just sizing this up now because I need to work out what I'm doing with the mat. This is so rough. Oh, I know, it's not good. Do I want to show you the welds? No, I don't. They're fine, right? The metal is stuck there, it's just very rough. Anyways, what we're on to here, aye, the mat's a bit messy because everything was stored in here, just to keep it all away. But anyways, aye, still a bit messy in here, needs a bit of tidying up, but we're onto the mat now. So this is the foam underlay from the mat. Now, I'm trying to work out what I want to do, right? So I've got this brand new mat over here. You cannot buy this daft mat anywhere. And then if you're watching this and you have a fresh daft mat, I hate you. I wish I could have posted this while I was doing the project and not after it's all done, if it ever gets done. But we've got this foam mat. Now my plan was to stick this to the bottom of it, of this mat here, so that it still had that nice kind of, you know, softness but fit to the cab. Downside is I think it's just too far gone. So the plan is here, with the rubber mat bits that we cut off from the foam, as you can see the foam used to be there, I'm going to lay it out on here and then pretty much cut a new mat template, because as you can see it's all done and obviously all, aye, you know what I mean. Right, so just cut a rough shape, just tucked it under there. We're just going to try it now, but as I thought, there's too much, how would you put it, too much movement, because there's no foam on the floor. So I do think I'm going to need to put the foam on the floor and then that over the top, just, and obviously adhesive it to it, just so that it's not got that kind of spring, because I think there's just too many gaps and stuff like that it's all just going to get stuck on. So I think I'm going to put the foam back in and try it again, see if it looks better. You can kind of just see it over there, see how it's all kind of bumpy, so hopefully it looks better. But I do think that looks not bad as a floor mat. Not the original floor mat, I know, but that's what it is. I'm not sure, boys. I think it's alright. Once the engine cover's on, it might be alright. It looks not bad. I mean, for myself. So this is rough, innit? The whole thing is rough. Alright, it's T minus, oh god, I think there's a week and a half until Truckfest Scotland. And I should be working on my own lorry right now. But am I? No, we're here on the DAF. My lorry's away getting an MOT today. I should be working on it, right? But I'm not. And it's probably going to be a bit of a state at Truckfest. Not a state, but just not as clean or as well presented as it should be. But it is what it is. Anyways, today we are needle gunning the chassis. You can see here bits that I've already done. I've found a new hole here on the floor pan, so we're going to cut that out and weld it from the other side. Downside is, we put the mat down yesterday. I didn't see a rust hole. However, it's obviously been hiding under, I don't know if there's maybe some soundproofing or something like that there. But anyways, that's all we're doing here. It's just needle gunning all that. As you can see, that's a bit really loud. Pretty much. On another episode of the roughest daft road runner in the world, we have sorted all this rust here. By that I mean shaved it away, painted over it. It's so rough. I wouldn't be surprised if this needed a new cab in the next couple of years. Well, anyways, she'll look good once she's done. Every build has secrets. It's just unfortunate I have to show you them. That Mazda over there that I built way around the corner, you remember it? Rusty to fuck. Still looked the part. Anyways, I'm putting this mat back in. It's going to take a bit of time to get it all over the new soundproofing and put the air brake back in and all that jazz. So we're going to quickly mess about with that, get that all back in, and then see where we are with this mat, because we need to do a bit of cutting and forming, because obviously this mat will sit on top of this mat. And that is a plan so far thus today. We're waiting for the under bit just to dry off. Obviously we've hit it with degreaser and all that kind of jazz before we paint it. Waiting for all that to dry off. Sat it back down obviously so it just drips dries, and that's all she wrote. Right, so we waited for the detergent all to dry off, and now the whole underneath it is painted black, even up round the surround. We'll put the surround back on, the kind of heat shield, or just to get a wee bit of a chance. And actually look not bad, I'd say. Nickname for this project is, or this lorry, is definitely Patch now. This is Patch. We've got Patch and wee Nancy. Because this is, well, she's patchy. Let's put it that way. She's patchy. Plus it'll be me. Alright, I missed him again, as per usual. Welcome to organised chaos. It's a wee bit messy around here still. I need to do a bit of tidying. It's funny just how much I've worked the bushes back, because when we first started this was all overgrown. You can just see, oh fuck! I forgot to put my extension cable away. But aye, anyways, like I was saying, you can see just where I've been working away. Bits off there. Chassis looking a lot better. Obviously under here's looking a lot better. I've decided we're nicknaming this vehicle Patch, because just be funny, yeah. But there we go, windscreen is back in, looking lovely. Obviously a brand new seal. Downside is I thought the seal was wider, so I didn't prep that bit quite as well, but it turns out that's a hell of a lot wider. But aye, we'll just let that dry. We're going to go and work on a wee bit more in the interior, since it is pissing of rain today, and we'll come back to it maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after, and do a wee bit of work. But it's good to see the windscreen back in. I don't know, I just feel, it just makes it feel a wee bit more, not like a tin shed, you know what I mean? Come subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye. Underground method.